Okay, in this video, I'm gonna talk about BGP decision process plus mnemonic. So mnemonic is just these letters here. So N is next hop, is the next hop that the router checks to see if that route has the valid next hop or not. W is wait. First L is local pref, and this L is locally injected routes. And A is just AS path. O is origin, and M is for metric, N is for neighbor type, and I is for IGP metric. Yeah. So let's talk about the BGP decision process. So like I said earlier, a router checks if that route has a valid next hop. So that's why I began my counting from 0 instead of 1. And of course, that route should have a valid next hop IP address, or that route would have been advertised or learned by that router. Let's talk about W, which is for wait. So the learned, let me just double check here. The default value for learned routes is 0, but the default value for locally injected routes, which are the route that locally injected using the network command statement, has a default value of 32,768. So wait, bigger is better, and L is for local pref. The default value is 100, and bigger is better for local pref, or the highest value is preferred. The higher value is preferred over the lower value. L, locally injected routes. These are the routes that injected into the BGP routing table by using the network command statement. And by the way, I'm trying to explain the decision process by the BGP decision process. So next is AS path, which is for AS path link, or just AS path. And these four here, three path attributes are popular for influencing the outbound traffic or outbound routes. So that's why they are, formed in that's why they are set. They are put in one set. So wait, local pref, and AS path. These are the path attributes that network engineer can manipulate to influence the outbound traffic. And of course, if that it both, let me just give you an example here. ISP1, ISP2, and 1.9.9.9.9.9. So enterprise router here is learning this prefix from both from ISP1 and ISP2, and assuming that all these attributes or path attributes tie, then this router will look at the next path attribute, which is origin. So origin has three different types. Let me just double check here. So origin, it could be E, or actually, let me just, where is it? So, yeah, origin, prefer I over E, so I, and prefer E over question mark. Let me just, yeah. So, when you see an I, that is the route that is injected into the BGP, by using the network command, and E is a route that is injected into BGP using eBGP, which is not, which doesn't exist anymore, and question mark is that is the route that is injected into BGP by using the redistribute command. So let's talk about M, which is metric, lower is better, and N is for neighbor type. Prefer eBGP over iBGP, and I is for IGP metric. Of course, smaller is better. And if these these values here are still tie, if router E1 is still seeing these values are tie, E1 is going to use these tiebreakers here. So it's gonna use these. So it's gonna prefer the path that has a longest known eBGP route, and it's gonna prefer the path with lowest neighbor BGP router ID, and if that is still tie, it's gonna use the lowest neighbor IP address to break the tie. So I think I forgot to mention this, that M is popular to influence the inbound traffic, and AS can also be used to influence the inbound traffic. So yeah, that's it for BGP decision process plus mnemonic. So I got this from a book that I'm reading called CCNP Routing and Switching Route 300-101 Official Cert Guide by Kevin Wallace. So yeah, I think in my opinion this is easier to, these path attributes are easier to memorize if you use mnemonic like this. So next hop, wait, local pref, locally injected routes, AS path length, origin, metric, neighbor type, IGP metric, and these are the, like I said earlier, the tiebreakers: oldest, longest known eBGP route, longest neighbor BGP router ID, and 11 is lowest neighbor IP address. So yeah, that's it for BGP decision process plus mnemonic. Thanks for watching. Bye.